It is the beginning of February 2025. The weather is unusually warm. It almost feels like spring already. I went to Arcade Cafe the other day and had a coffee and a bun. A solo date, you can call it. I think I need to go there more often. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Hannah and I live in Sweden. I'm reading Bell Jar. It is Sylvia Plath's book. I'm reading it for the first time. I found some connection with this book. I decided to set up a Filofax, a personal Filofax for this week because I'm anticipating a new Filofax coming in and I wanted to have a setup that I would be able to transfer quickly. So the Filofax I'm going with for this week is this Hamilton Filofax. It's a vintage type of Filofax. They don't sell them anymore and I bought it on a weekend sale or like a flea market, you can call it, and it has a very good patina. Let me show you. So this, you can see, had been used. The back side is a bit matte compared to the front side, and the front side was touched a lot, I think. So now it has even this flicker of like the surface reflects the light. It's so shiny. So yeah, I'm just trying to decide now what kind of things I want to include there, and these are just decorative and note paper that I'm planning to add. This is a this is a collection of pens and other instruments that I need to have. So this is one of the days where I work from home and I decided to use my Pomodoro timer. There is a mobile app that sends these intervals to this device and I am trying to set it up. It was not responding, so I thought that it was out of battery probably. I think it is easier for me to concentrate when I work during certain intervals and I have focus time. I try to put my phone away and to put it into a non-disturb mode, clean my desk and get ready. Nord always sits with me, so you can see him on the background. I also like to work sometimes without any noise or music or anything on the background at all. I think it helps to concentrate. I feel productive in the first part of the day, and I like to take breaks. So Pomodoro timer in this sense helps to stay focused but also reminds to stretch a little bit. Although I don't follow it that strictly, if I want to I can just continue working. It is Monday and I'm about to open my planner and check out what I wrote in it yesterday. The first point was to take some vitamins and I didn't do that because I didn't open this planner early enough. That's kind of like one of the problems, but I still can take my vitamins somewhere during lunch or something like that. The most exciting thing today is that I can receive a new cover, new Filofax, and I'm really looking forward to that. And in the meantime, I've started my work, but my computer is reloading, so I have a few minutes. And yeah, the days is usual. It's a bit cold outside. It's quite bright, but there is no sun. It's maybe just a little bit gloomy February morning today. I have this candle that I bought during this weekend, and I wonder if I want to light it because I think this associates with evening time, but also it smells like flowers. I created a list of things that I would like to get occupied with in my free time on February, and I need to plan my time at least a little bit. So the things that I want to do during my free time in February are cook food. I don't do it often enough. Not if I can help it. I don't like to cook, but I think it's a healthy habit to pick. And exercise. I sometimes go to gym. Hope to go 4 times a week. If I hope for that, then I'll in reality go 2 times a week which is a good thing. So that's why I'm hoping for 4. Sometimes I even go 4, but it's very rarely. And then filming, thing that I'm doing now. Editing, that's another thing that you need to do if you film. And I have a big problem with that. In the past, for instance, I used to create a lot of small clips and shots, and I never actually edited these videos. I still have a bunch from the past that weren't put together, and I feel a little bit sad about that. So I need to also make a habit out of that. Learn design. In this sense, I have a bunch of books on design topics that I wanted to read through, and I've been pushing it aside for a while now. And I'm thinking about picking it up, reading, because I have now the book that I actually enjoy, and I want to progress with that. And then just a thing to relax with is diamond painting. I was gifted a diamond painting. I'm considering buying the small, like not like bottles, but small containers to put beads in, so that it would be easier to pick them up. It costs about €10, and I'll have to go and buy it, but not super happy about investing in something like that, because I know it's kind of like the very lowest of all the priorities, and I'm going to invest something in it. I don't know, but maybe €10 is not that much. And so after work every day, I kind of like schematically, or like in big brush strokes, put some slots that I'm going to dedicate to this specific activity that I wanted to do. And this is the list of activities. And one thing is that I removed Instagram from my phone in January, and it had a tremendous positive effect. I downloaded it maybe for a few days, and yesterday I removed it again. I also removed TikTok, Facebook from my phone. I think it helps to me personally, because I usually spend a lot of time scrolling specifically on my phone. I don't know. My computer is still reloading, that's why I'm talking a lot. But I soon have to drop. I just saw in the post app that my Filofax has arrived, and I now need to go and grab it. So I just received the parcel, and I'm going to unbox it now really quickly. I'm really excited, and I think I'm actually ready to move in as soon as I take it out. Wow, it's so nice. Actually, this costed me a bit of money, I would say. This planner can be bought cheaper, I think. And also, I had something similar before, but I really wanted to have this planner in a very specific leather that you cannot buy in any shops right now, because the leather is different. For me, that was a great opportunity. This is interesting. I have a feeling that this leather was treated, and it's a bit unusual. I don't know if I like it, to be honest. I mean, it's beautiful, it looks beautiful, it feels beautiful. I feel a bit of balm, so I think this leather was treated. I just did not expect that. It wasn't mentioned anywhere. And what treatment does is that it changes the color of the leather a bit. So let's see if you can tell. This is the original untreated leather. This is the treated one. You see how much more brown this is? This is kind of like a mustard brown, and this is kind of like a orange brown, burnt orange brown. I don't know. Because I was looking for this type of leather, to be honest. Alright, now the flat. It's not as flat as I thought it would be. And I'm starting to doubt it, whether this leather is actually of a bit older type. I don't know. So my verdict is I'm a little bit disappointed. It's not a bad planner, it's a very good one. And the fact that the leather is treated is actually good, but I don't like that the leather was treated. It wasn't specified in that ad. And the amount of money I paid, I was paying for something else, to be honest. So I'm looking for this type of leather, untreated. Well, you can tell it's different. It's very, very sad. It's just not what I was looking for. It is somewhere at the end of the day, somewhere around 5 p.m. And I have opened a dispute on that secondhand website to return back this item that I bought. It is my word, I think, against their word, because it's that website that makes the decision. The agents on that website that make the final decision whether my request is going to be satisfied or not. So I need to wait for their decision, and this is the first time for me doing this, so I'm curious how this will go. It's just sometimes what you get, it's not what you expect to get, and I understand that it's all secondhand websites and so on, but even though it is a secondhand website, there's a bit of a expectation still, depending on what you read about an item or you see about an item, and if that does not match what you get, then you can get an unpleasant experience, let's say. So I'll try to return that item back, but we'll see if I'll actually return it in the end. And I begin to appreciate this piece more and more. I think that you never know, and once you get a hold of something that fully satisfies you, like for instance this one, you'd better not let it go, like easily sell it, because you can regret. This is the time that I dedicated to read this book a little bit. This is a book about experiments, and I'm slowly going through this and making notes. Some things I knew, some things are new. Well, some bits are known to me, but I'm somewhere at the beginning of the book, so I think at the end of the book there should be a good new chunk of information. We are going to Ikea today. It is a Saturday and it's time to take a look. They have a new collection, and then we probably will go around as well a little bit. We have an item that we need to return, and then maybe we'll pick up something else. It seems like this box for cables was made out of paper, or like a cardboard. I remember when I first learned that Ikea is kind of like this very simple option, and if you want to have a really cool interior design, then you need to look somewhere else. And for me as a foreigner, Ikea was the number one thing because it offered beautiful design at a reasonable price, something that in other countries, in my country specifically, is very hard to come by. And to be honest, we didn't have Ikea. So for me, Ikea was never basic. To a weekend sale. This is morning of Sunday, by the way, and I brought some books with me. So I bought 4 books, and I didn't plan to buy any books or anything of that sort. I was actually browsing for cameras, but it so happened that I saw these famous Swedish authors that I knew about, and I think I read a couple of stories from them, so I thought that would be a great idea to have some of them in my library, especially taking into account that they were really cheap. So what I have here is this. So I have 3 books of the same author and then one other book of a different author. I haven't read any synopsis or any description of what I got myself into before I came home. And now that I've came home, I scanned through the books, and it seems like at least two of these books are books in series, so I would be probably missing out on a few context details, but I think it should be fine. And then this is the biggest book so far in terms of the size, I would say. 2 of them are pretty thick, and these 2 are moderate size, I'd say. So this would be easy to put in your pocket. Really, they're essentially called a pocket book, and this might not be as easy, so I'll probably read it at home. And yeah, these are all books in Swedish. They have tiny font. It's not an easy read, but I've read a few Swedish detective stories before, and I'd say that I think it's something I can do. Well, I'm currently reading also another Swedish book on the background. It's also a detective story. So once I finish that, I will be able to pick up some of these. Another interesting thing was that the action or the story in these books takes place at different times. In some of them it's 1967, in some it's the beginning of 2000s, and in some it's 1994. And yeah, it's kind of like a different world now. So apart from reading a good detective story, which I am really hopeful these are, I also hope to read a bit more about the culture and how things were in that time. So yeah, so these... Ooh! Anyway, so these are the books. And this one calls The Fall of Münster. I don't know who Münster is. A completely different story, or a different story, rather. This is something to do with Piccadilly Circus that is not in this place. I think it's a Swedish city. Kumla, I think it's called. And this one is The Fifth Woman. Honestly, I don't know, but I'm really excited about all these books that I bought. So I probably should start reading, and I should start from the one that I already have and finish it as soon as I can, and then come back. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. See you in the next one.